sick of this place?
Aren't you?
Nah, it's nice. Kind of fun to just sit here and watch you lose your mind.
I'm not losing my mind.
I am clearly proof that you're losing your mind.
I wouldn't give Doomsvnice the satisfaction.
Doomsvnice? Doomsvnice is a genius. You're not even halfway there yet, and he's already got you talking to action figures.
Whose side are you on?
I am Doomsvnice, and this is day 162 of Spawn Year.
After a shockingly decent character piece for Sam Burke and the beginnings of a solid mystery yesterday, this issue somewhat returns to form. It's steeped in some of the old traditions that have made this book regularly mediocre. Overwritten and overstated narration, scenes that don't serve the story and are only designed to pad out the page count, and amazing work from Capullo that doesn't have the great writing to back it up. The mystery of the 5 murder victims in the alleys is moving forward in a logical direction. This comic just doesn't get enough material on the page compared to last issue. It's another one of those that's mostly stalling for time until the big reveal at the end. And the homeless shelter that's been offering its services lately to Rat City is actually the base of operations for the psychopath who's been gruesomely killing the homeless and taking home body parts as trophies. Sam is working closely with the lady who runs that shelter, and they're beginning to kindle a potential romance, both sharing an affinity for television and a passion for helping the helpless. They must both be Angel fans. Those scenes are strong. For the first time, one of those moments of Sam grossly spilling food everywhere served a purpose. He has real motivation now to be less of a slob, with this seemingly great woman showing real affection for him. It's fun to see Sam's attempt at looking respectable and combing his hair back, and Holguin adequately makes me invested enough to want to see Sam succeed in this endeavor. So if it turns out Sarah Frost is our nutjob in question, as is seeming more and more likely, I'll feel bad for Sam, and that's great. I'm giving Holguin credit there because McFarlane has confirmed in the letters pages that he's still plotting, but giving the full writing duties to Holguin in an attempt at improving the storytelling, and good for him. Meanwhile, Bobby is the police's only suspect in the murders, and he's being held at the police station. If only he hadn't taken a whiskey bottle off a dead guy, and his only recourse is to call Sarah Frost, who gave him her card in the previous issue. It really does appear this woman is in all the wrong places at the wrong times. I'd be impressed if this was a red herring, but I suppose following through with that has interesting possibilities as well. Again, I feel like I'm reviewing a reveal without a lot to go on. Spawn himself doesn't factor in much. He's still experiencing the murders from the victims' perspectives and investigating but not getting any traction. He's especially distraught about the most recent victim, a 14-year-old girl named Fawn. They have a lot in common. Their names rhyme. Sam actually stumbles on the victim's body parts when he tries to get Bobby to the shelter, which is set up well and not too coincidental, except you'd think the murderer would hide his or her twisted pseudo-religious shrine in a better hiding place, especially if they've been at this long. There's a creepy writer watching all of this and jotting it down giddily, like killing alley bums, displaying them around town, and stealing various body parts based on Bible passages is the best story anybody ever stumbled upon. He puts it all in terms of literary narrative, rising action, false leads, denouement. I praised last issue for its structure, for making sense, and for establishing a potentially good murder mystery, but now Holguin's using a character inside the narrative to tell me how fascinating and engaging the action and characters and themes are. Like I said before, I give these guys an inch. I hope there's a satisfying payoff for that guy, because unless he's involved in the crime itself, or there's some other unforeseen reason to introduce some weird writer who just comments on everything like it's freaking T.S. Eliot, he's just wasting precious panel time and stroking Holguin's ego. Or at least, that's how it reads. It's hard not to come off as pretentious or arrogant when your own characters comment on how brilliant your plotting is. Signed, Captain Logan.